Hello everybody, I'm back today with something different. It is a deck tech. This is for the format Pauper. I've gotten into Pauper recently and it's pretty fun. So this is a mono blue Pauper deck and it's all about Surveil. So our main creature, or what we're trying to do in this deck, is right here. Is our Tolarian Terror. So see, its spell costs 1 less for each card in your instant or sorcery in your graveyard. It's got ward 2 and is a 5/5 for 7. So you're trying to get stuff in your graveyard by using things that Surveil or put stuff into your graveyard. Early game, you're trying to get something out like Delver Secrets, which flips into a 3/2 flyer right here. When you reveal the top card, if it's an instant or sorcery, you flip them. Really good card to get out early game. So then to fill your graveyard, you got stuff like Mental Note, or another version would be Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast I think might be a little bit better, but same idea. You mill 2 and you draw a card. It's a sorcery, or it's an instant. So that fills your graveyard. You got 4 copies of those. You got 4 copies of Delver. You got 4 copies of Tolarian Terror. You have 4 copies of Consider here, which is Surveil 1 and draw a card. I know it doesn't say Surveil, but it's what it means and it's been added to that. So you have 4 copies of Consider for 1 drops. You also have Otherworldly Gaze, which is Surveil 3 and has Flashback for 2. So we use Surveil 3 again. So this one's a really good card to get out turn 1. You put more in, find what you need. And then we got the same thing as Consider, but more expensive. Just Curate, 1 in a blue, instant, Surveil 2 instead of 1, and draw a card still. Pretty decent, not terrible. Then we also have things like Snap, which is a really good bounce spell. Return stuff from untaps your lands. You have 4 copies of Snap because it's good. Then we move to these fun cards. We got 2 sets of them, which is Accumulative Knowledge here, and then Frantic Search, or Frantic Inventory. They both do the same thing. You're 2 for 2 mana instant, draw a card. The draw cards equal to the amount of these cards in your graveyard. So I have 4 of these. So if you have 2 in there and you play 1, you draw a card and then you draw 2 more cards because there's 2 more in your graveyard. So that's how these 4 work here. And then you got these Frantic Inventories, which are the same thing, but different card. And then here we got some extra cards, some other style cards that do some of the same thing, like this Unexplained Disappearance, which returns a creature to its owner's hand, and then you Surveil 1. Pretty decent. Not as good as Snap, but it's another version to get stuff out of the way. Then we have Omnivise, which just makes the creature a 0/1. Could be subbed in for something else. And then I have a Logic Knot just for fun, because it looks cool. It's a counter spell with Delve, which you exile cards from your graveyard, and it equals 1 to cast for each card exiled that way. So you pay 2 and you Delve X, because in theory when you make this, you have a pretty good amount of cards in your graveyard by then. And then for lands, I have just 20 plain basic lands since it's a mono blue deck. The way you go about it is you usually want 1 or 2 lands in your opening hand and something like an Otherworldly Gaze or Consider and maybe a Delver Secrets. You don't always need a Tolarian Terror in your hand because you're probably going to find it while going through and playing the game. So that's one way. But the main deck, its main objective and the way you win is by playing your big boys like your Tolarian Terror and getting a 5/5 out, or early game you try to get a Delver out and flip them, And after you flip them, you attack with that, and hopefully flip more cards into a bigger one, like the Tolarian Terror. Tolarian Terror and the Delver's Secrets are the only creatures in the deck, so 8 creatures in total out of all 60 cards. So that's one thing to remember. Did I misplace one of those? Yes, I did. So that's just one thing to remember while playing this, is that those are the only creatures. So you're just going for a attack strategy and trying to find those cards. I hope this deck tech was helpful to you. And this is one of my favorite decks to play for Pauper. My brother has some good Pauper decks, but those are the more mainstream ones, like the Affinity for Artifacts one, which is pretty fun to play. I've played him with it. And he also has some other decks. If you like Pauper and you want to see more about it, please like and subscribe. It helps me grow my channel. I'd like to get this channel up bigger, and wow. I also have other Pauper decks that I can show off that would be fun to show. I have 3 other ones at the moment, and it'd be fun. I'm gonna try to do I have this guy right here, Urza. Oh, that's terrible to see. I have Urza, Lord High Artificer. I just made him into my CDH deck, so hopefully when I get farther down in this year, I can show deck tech of Urza, because that's a really fun deck to play. I finally CDH'd my Urza, so I pulled a Poly Tyrant, so that'll be fun. Poly Tyrant Urza, you polymorph into Urza. Well, not into Urza, you polymorph into a Hullbreaker Horror or Tidesbound Tyrant, which bounce stuff. But if you want to see more Pauper videos, I'm going to be posting more in the next following days. And then in about 2 weeks from now, me and my friend ordered Modern Horizons 3. The collector boosters, we've ordered a full box of them, so we're going to split it. And hopefully we get good pulls out of that. And I will hopefully remember to film me opening my packs and maybe him opening his. And we can put that on here, so for you guys to watch. So it's something interesting that's coming up. So if you're interested in Modern Horizons 3 or pack openings like that, I also have pack opening shorts on my channel and other stuff like this. If you like deck techs, just tell me to do some more deck techs, and I'll ask my friends about their decks and stuff like that. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more stuff like this and Magic channel, so I can help my channel grow. I really like Magic, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching.